Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are going to be reviewing a silver DPS player. I believe we are mostly looking at McCree and Hanzo. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see my rates, all that other good stuff. So you don't play down here, you play up here, or you play up here, but you definitely had no reason to be wandering down here. I don't care where your team actually plays, you're still going to start up here. You can drop and join them if you need to.
Let's get a move on.
No, there's lots of shots to be had. You did not need to reload there, nor did you need to go for cover there. And if you did, you didn't need to stay behind cover for a full reload length. There's lots of things you can be poking at. That Winston's butt, that discorded person in front of the barrier itself, lots of better options than reloading. Okay. I don't mind shooting at the barrier, but I'd prefer the barrier as sort of your lowest priority target. Better than reloading, not as good at shooting at the Winston, the Anna, the Briggs, etc. There's something right behind you. The audio in this game is really good. You can just turn and find it. Turn towards the audio. If you're not wearing headphones with directional stuff, I strongly recommend you do so. This is a really high-risk, high-reward play that you haven't earned yet, and they're actually a little too far back for. If they were a little further forward, you might get the reward for this play, but right now, you came out and you're not really behind them, to the side of them. They can actually see you because you're to the side in front of them. They're much more likely to see you, so you're too early for this play. I honestly wouldn't have recommended this play regardless. You didn't need that reload yet. Good. Roll. No. You needed to roll the other way. You 100% needed to roll the other way. You are not getting out of this alive unless your supports really come protect you. Your Zen being down is in part your fault. Your Zen came too hard to try and help you. Your team isn't in this. Retreat to second. Please retreat to second. Please retreat to second. Please retreat to second. Shoot him. Single shots. No, the Winston. The Winston is so low. One shot would have finished off the Winston. Oof. Okay.
This life's never uneventful.
Right? I'm with you, Semitic. You go, oh, I want to help this person, and then they get in trouble. I mean, you can cure it, but I understand what you're saying. It's like, I'm just going to help this person. As a support, it's hard to knock it into the helpful, bail people out mindset. Yeah, it's not intentional. It's not intentional. It must be default tied to what I use as my speed up and slow down keys, which are plus minus on the numpad, so I'm probably activating it without meaning to. You needed to leave or you needed to go to cart. Those were options. You can't do this because now the garage door is going to open, and the garage door will open whether you're on cart or not, but you're not going to win this fight. So they get to move the cart while eliminating you, which pushes back when your next actual team fight happens. Because you're not going to win into this 2v5, which is what the situation is right now. You're not. Yeah. Nano Rally is like, I give up. There's a monster walking towards me.
It ain't my time.
What? Why? There's no winning. You didn't need that. You reloaded at 1, I'm not sure why. I can live with that reload, but just pump the shots into the barrier. Like, it has value. Drop for the mega. Drop for the mega. No, you could have stayed on high ground. You stay up here, and you just poke them from up here. And if you go, oh shoot, there's a Widow looking at me, you roll in here, and you've got the mega, and then you can think about coming out here. You can go back up the stairs, peek from here, peek from here, peek from here's a nice strong angle. Like, you were fine up here. No need to drop to join your team. Fan breaks barriers faster. There you go. Good effort, but she's scary.
Back into the mix.
Just jump off. Literally just jump off the edge. This is the same situation as second. They've already won the fight. The garage door is going to open. You're not going to get meaningful eliminations. You're just delaying. Like, they're getting cart space while you're not stopping the cart, while you're not winning the fight. This provides no value to you. Like, congrats, still doesn't provide value. Cart's been moving the whole time. You are not going to enable your team to get a stop early by doing this. I'm not convinced you know where this goes yet. The next hallway could take you through, but you'd have ran into a bunch of enemies. Yeah, so when he's gold, you can't flash him. Or when she's gold, you can't flash her. It makes me so sad that they won this fight. Oh well. He didn't get punished for what should have been a huge stagger. You can go take the high ground up there. High ground up over there. That's fine. Or you could play on this corner. Those are both fine. This in the middle out here where you have no cover nearby, where your retreat is to a place that then separates you from your team and you can't really get back, less good. The high ground, hey, enough advantage here. Or this, hey, enough advantage here. Here, no good. Good idea. It's kind of early for an ult. It's a lot early for an ult, in fact. It's a good thing he messed up that jump. This is what I was talking about. You're separated from your team and you don't even have the benefit of high ground. Your team isn't really going to punish them hard enough for them chasing you in here. So that was a good try by the diva.
This life's never uneventful.
There's nothing down here. I mean, other than the round table. Can I have my speed back, please, game? You don't necessarily want to fight them through their supercharger. Please be careful. Please be careful. Okay. Play from the side. Play from the angle. Didn't need to flash that. You had her outnumbered 3-1. You had a bit of a concave on her. Why are you AFK? Why are you AFK? You're still AFK. You took at least one hand off the keyboard there, or you started typing.
Heroes never die.
Run forward so that Mercy can get you. Cool. Now hold this corner here. Hold the corner right. Okay. You hear the hat going off. Turn to your right. That's where she is. Left. Okay, your torp got her.
Thanks.
Fine.
Put it on my tab.
This is good. Play from here. Close the angle. You can press X so that you don't repeak with missing health. Oh, the Mercy starts to pocket you and you decide you don't like that, so you leave and go on a long flank. Don't do that. Just take advantage of this poke. No, we're not reloading with 5 shots. We're not doing it. Repeak and take your shots. No, you didn't need to reload here either. Use the cover. Good. I don't know why you repeaked out while you were still reloading. Please don't do this. Please don't. I know you feel like, hey, my team is pushing, etc., but you're walking towards their spawn into the respawns. 5 of them are alive again. If you round this corner, you have no business getting out.
Oh, that'll do.
Okay.
The payload is approaching its destination.
I've got unfinished business.
Yeah, Sombra's hard to get value out of low on the ladder. To be fair, this McCree's fire rate is slow enough in a lot of situations that he's hard to get value out of too, but I'm not going to tell him to swap heroes. We're still going to make his McCree better. Okay. That shouldn't really have happened. Let's take one last look there. Okay, that's fine. I'll live. You don't need to be walking at that Briggs. Walking at that Briggs is kind of silly. She's better than you at close range. Like, please just keep shooting at her and keep a roughly even distance. You don't want to walk closer. That lets her potentially get in range to bash you and win, to swing at you, to proc or inspire to start healing again. Please don't get close to the Briggs. Okay, turn and shoot at the Sombra. There's the Sombra. You're going to flash her as soon as she lands, right? Because she just teleported. Easy, easy, easy flash, easy flash. Okay, whatever.
Initiating match.
Okay, so now we're Hanzo. We have issues on McCree, but honestly, your issues are going to come down to some fundamentals of, hey, you've got to understand when you can push, like when it's worth going to cart and getting off, when it's worth resetting. That's a big deal. You don't need to just drop off the high ground. You go on flanks when your team isn't ready. Like, this is fundamental stuff where it's like, hey, you want to fight when your team can fight. You want to manage the cart distance. So this stuff does matter, but we'll get into it more as we see more here. We had lots of reload issues. We had some slow fire rate issues. But anyway, we're getting into it. High ground is good. Don't give it up when you have it. And ooh, here's our Hanzo. That's a long time to be looking for where to throw your sonic arrow when the Widow was right there shooting at you. Like, if you look at that, try to just go a couple pixels. No, too early. Or not quite early enough, rather. Shoot. No, go this way. See that Widow? She's right here, and you're like looking for where to sonic arrow. That's not okay. You gotta shoot at the Widow. You gotta. It's the rules. You gotta shoot at the Widow.
By the dragon.
Not the Briggs who can't do any damage to you. The Widow. Yeah, you just need map knowledge to know there's nowhere to climb there. You can Storm Arrow if you want. At this point, you know, because we're more than 15 seconds in, that they don't have anyone that's really going to jump you, so you can just Storm Arrow to break that barrier real quick. And I recommend it. There's the hog.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Okay. Now are you going to Storm Arrow? Storm Arrow. Storm Arrow. Storm Arrow. Good. You can climb right back up. Climb, climb, climb again. A, find the Widow. B, climb to the high ground. Widow's down. Go blue box. The power position on this map is right here. You can just mow people down from here. It's beautiful. You just be like, oh, there's a Reinhardt over there. Let me just mow him down, etc. And then, oh, there's people coming back. Easy shot. People coming back. Easy shot. Like, oh, people coming through here. Easy shot. This is the position you want as any sort of sniper on this map here. No, no. Please go back to the high ground. Please. Blue box. Blue box. Blue box is calling to you.
Heroes never die.
The payload has reached the chip.
Hanzo is annoying. I'm personally not a fan of both Sniper and Tank Buster in the same hero, but what do I know? No. I get what you're trying to do there, but you don't really want to like go climb to turn to do stuff. You want to do more like, hey, I'll climb here to peek and then I can hop back, or I'll climb here, then climb here and do work, etc. You don't want to do these like, oh, let me just climb here, because the whole time you're climbing, they can shoot at you, they can take shots at you, etc. And then you turn around and you get to take one shot on the way down, and you have a very predictable fall arc that they can shoot you during. It's very easy to hit shots on someone who's in a predictable fall arc, so don't do that. When you want to fall down behind cover.
See through the dragon's eyes.
I don't really like that. You don't have enough people in there to take advantage of the chaos it creates.
Payload stop. Let's get it moving.
Dragon stirs with each
Sometimes heroes don't hit. They should just bounce around until they do. Oh, are we talking about scatter? Because scatter's gone. Yes, give Hanzo a shield and the ability to roll into a ball. Oh, is he going to be Briggs and Hammond now? You're talking about when he got Storm Arrow. It was a weird buff. Yes, it was, but they wanted to remove scatter, so I get it. He does. This is your replay. Good to have you here, JMR.
Damage increase.
So he's still right there. You still want to deal with him. You want to take the fight that's here rather than looking for a new one. Okay, good.
This is not
You didn't actually need to peek that far to get that storm off. You could have peeked that less, but that's fine. We'll change our mind. You have the storm now. Fine. Now she's being chased, so now you climb up. Okay. Are you going to Storm Arrow to finish that Widow up there? Are you going to Storm Arrow to do work while they're close to you? No, we're not going to shoot at the shield. We're going to back up one step so the Orisa can't see us, and we're going to shoot at the hog. Good. This is where I wanted you to go before. This would be great. Do work from here. This is fine. Totally fine. Turn. Climb up. You don't really necessarily want to be going deeper here. You do want to deal with the enemy that is here first, generally speaking. Like, you don't want to go, oh, let me try to get other stuff. Like, this doesn't really want to work. You want to help your Zen out of this situation, even if it means dropping over here and storm arrowing. Okay.
New objective. Get the payload moving.
Let me get you patched.
Maybe, blah. Maybe. Okay. So this is fine. You generally do want to deal with the threat behind you like this. You can't be here.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, you just drifted too far out. You saw your Rhine started to leave, and you were too late to leave.
I've got you in my...
I must reclaim my honor.
Let's keep it moving.
Enemy target located.
Did you see? Yeah, you needed to see that soldier a good 3 seconds ago when he was trying to shoot at you.
Focus with me.
Heroes
No,
never
you didn't
die.
want to drop to low ground here. You didn't. Totally fine to go, hey, I can't influence the fight, so I'll just walk in here, drop, get this, climb right back up here, and then be here, and now you have much better influence over the fight. This is a better angle for influencing the fight than down here where you're here. And if you don't like this one, you can go over here, or you can go up here. But these are all better angles for influencing the fight. You give up high ground too easily. You did it on McCree as well. Okay, leave. Good effort. So unfortunately, we didn't connect with those storm arrows, but good effort. As a rule, it's a bad idea to be in front of Bap Widow for any amount of time. Yeah, that's true. I don't like you being pushed up this far. I don't mind pushing for staggers, but your team needs to be with you on that push for staggers. You shouldn't be the front of the charge.
Let me get you patched up.
Adjusting angle of attack.
Still should be the front. You've hit him once. After you've hit him once, okay, that's fine. Why did that sonic arrow go there as opposed to going right where you'd track the hog? That's weird.
See through the dragon's
Okay.
eyes.
Duplication initiated.
It's fine.
I need to learn how to do that.
Good. You didn't want that res anyways. I would like my controls back, Overwatch. Thank you. Do you have any tips to killing a Tracer or Genji, rushing you? Because as you can see, I don't deal with that very well. Yeah, you do just shoot her. So I know it's hard to hit that first shot, but after you've hit that first shot, you've got a couple options. And, you know, after you hit that first shot, usually you can threaten, force a recall, etc. And after she's used recall, you do the, hey, you have Storm Arrow to finish her type thing. Like, if she comes back in without recall, you can Storm Arrow. Or if she comes back in without recall and you've hurt her, you should definitely Storm Arrow, because it's going to be easier to hit her with your Storm Arrow. That said, if you blow your Storm Arrow before she's used recall, she's going to be able to punish you, etc. etc. So that's the thing. It's a predictive thing. I mean, you're using a projectile hero. You do have to predict where she's going to move, but you can beat her. Your speed of travel is not slow anymore. You do have to be like, hey, I know where she's going to be. I can guess pretty well. There's no great secret to it other than the strategy I just laid out with your storm arrow versus her recall, etc. Okay.
Dragon is sated.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind you missing. Good. There you go.
Say that which is unseen.
Team kill. The payload is approaching.
Do you think the arrow needs to be fully charged to force a recall? Not necessarily. One arrow won't always get it because sometimes they'll go, no, I don't think you can hit another one, etc. Or sometimes they'll take one and they'll try to play for another 2 seconds before doing the recall to get back to full, etc. But if they're in your back line, usually you have supports in your back line too. So you can afford to slow it down a little bit, etc. Like it really is, you have to hit some shots. Sorry. You just have to predict where she's going to be. You have to not get frustrated. She's on a greater timer than you. You have supports there, etc. Reaper first. Leap away. Okay.
Victory.
So your stuff is mostly going to be fundamentals. Let's get a real screen here. Let's get another one.
Dragon
Cool.
is sated.
So it's mostly going to be fundamentals for you. I don't want you to surrender high ground as easily as you do, and I do want you to be a little more aware of what team fights actually look like when it's a team fight versus when you're staggering. Preserving your own life like you did back here on second point defense, where it's like, oh, they got first point, and now I'm going to run around and do stuff and try to get a limbs and do all this, when the cart is just free moving, and like the cart got all the way up to here or whatever before you finally went down. That's a mistake. That's going to cost you points. That's going to cost you games. Again, you either need to make the decision to go to cart before it checks, and so that they don't have the garage door opening thing, etc., to lock a bind, or as soon as that's over, you need to jump on the cart so that they take you down, etc., because you're not going to be able to get out late. And you did the exact same thing on third. You didn't get punished for it, I know, but you did the exact same thing on third, and I promise you, not just 9 out of 10 times, like 95 out of 100 times, that's not going to work out that way. And what's instead going to happen is they're going to move the cart along to here, whatever, and then eliminate you. And they've gotten all this space for free, and they'll get 10 more seconds, 15 more seconds of space up to here before you're actually back and your team can invest. What's worse is if you do it, other people on your team will do it, and then you'll be going for 45 seconds, a minute before your team all lines up to be alive again. So that is what I'm going to give you. There's lots of other stuff we could give you about, hey, I think you forgot you had Storm Arrow a lot of the time. Maybe that's a wrong take, but I think you forgot you had it as an ability for long stretches of the first half of your attack there. And you have some rate of fire things on McCree. You have some reload issues on McCree where you go, hey, I'm reloading with 2 bullets left. I'm reloading with a bullet left. I'm making cover just to reload type stuff. Like, there's stuff we could get into, but I really think it is the more fundamental stuff of understanding the payload management, understanding the high ground really is that good. You don't need to give it up. You can just adjust your positioning, is going to give you better dividends at this point in your still learning of Overwatch, etc. If there's any more questions, throw them up in chat. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me to keep doing this, lets me do more videos, etc. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what my rates look like, become a part of the community, all sorts of cool stuff like that. Okay, so we talked about shooting the tracer. Workshop code caves. Oh, so that's a tracer practice elimination. Yep. I saw this clip of someone reviewing gameplay. There was a Hanzo and the hero just changed direction. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. So that's going to do it. I'm trying, guys. We're growing. We are growing. That's going to be it for streams tonight. I will probably upload another video later in the evening, but that's going to be it for streams. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks. Temporal out.